Wake up, everybody. It's Coop. I'd like to welcome you to the first edition of Too Black for BET, where I tell stories about my run ins and encounters with the stars. I'm actually going to start off with my man on the wall and the story of how I first met him. Make sure you click like and subscribe to the page at Coop is Problematic, Mirror Music 99. Y'all know A2HH, according to Hip Hop Live, is the hub. Show some love. So look, so I'm in middle school at Alexander Graham Middle in Charlotte. Now, Alexander Graham Middle is on the south side of town. And this is a Biggie story that y'all need to wait to the end to actually hear what it is that I saw that day as a young, I think might have been, I was 14. I might have been 14, or was I about to be 14? I think I was about to be 14. So I'm still 13. And so in Charlotte, there used to be this thing called Springfest and Summerfest, where it would just be kind of everybody would be uptown, there would be events, and there would be artists, there would be performances. It was all types of stuff that was going on. Now, I had two friends in middle school, Lucky Coop, you know what I mean? I had two female friends. Their names were Sonia and Sharon. Sharon and I are still close to this day. Shout out to Sharon and her husband and the Bryant family right quick. It's West Side Charlotte stuff and Vietnam stuff right there. Shout out to 71st, Mr. Bryant School. But Sonia and Sharon were like my everything. I moved from Atlanta and they pretty much showed me around, befriended me and stuff. And so I get to school one day and Sonia's like, nigga, we are skipping school today to go to Springfest. And I'm like, yes. Because, well, two people were going to be there. Not just the man on the wall, Biggie Smalls, but Big L was going to be there too. At the time, MVP had just came out. I was a big fan of MVP, big fan of Big L. And so when Sonia's like, we're skipping school, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I'm totally down. We're getting our whole plot and our whole plan together about how we're going to get away and slide over to Myers Park campus. That was the high school. And how we're going to get on the city bus and do. So we go roll up on Sharon. We're like, hey, Sharon, we're skipping school. And I had reached out to Sharon about this to make sure. I was like, and she was like, oh, hell no. Now I'm just finding out that Sharon was saying that because Sonia just convinced her and this other cat from my block named Taman to skip school. And she had got in trouble for it. But we were like, bet. And so we faded. And that's a whole nother story unto itself. So we're down at Springfest. Here we are. Big L and Biggie, y'all. This is Big L and Biggie. They are literally sitting in tents right next to each other. And so we've been walking through and we've been there for about an hour. Sonia sees me. She sees Big L and Biggie and she's like, we gonna wait over here off to the side, Armand, while you go get your autographs. I'm like, bet, this is 13-year-old Coop. So I'm super geek. Now at the time, and a lot of people will not admit this or say this, but Big L in a lot of circles and to a lot of heads was a better lyricist than Biggie. And this is around the time when I was really, really heavy on lyrics. I'm heavy into my Wu-Tang. I'm heavy into the Illmatic. I'm listening to Pac's early stuff. I'm listening to Big too. But L is L is closer to what you would call a traditional Big Daddy Kane, Rakim type of lyricist than Biggie is. What Biggie's doing hasn't totally come to full fruition yet. And so I get in line to see Big L first. I get in the line. I'm in line for about maybe 10, 15 minutes. Boom. Get the autograph from Big L. And I'm about to go walk literally. I'm taking 2 steps over. I was I'm about to get out of this line. I'm about to go get in the Biggie Smalls line. Now, I go get in the line. And I wait. And I don't know. It just seems like the Biggie line's taking a little longer. Not that it is longer, but that it's taking longer. Now, I want you all to listen to what I'm saying. I get all the way up in the line. There's literally one person ahead of me. They are getting their Biggie Smalls photograph. This is back when they had the tacky black and white photographs with the 1/4-inch white borders, real cheap, real tacky, it literally looked like they printed it out of a machine around the corner. Biggie is signing this one dude's autograph, and then I'm next up. And out the middle of nowhere, pop, 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 gunfire goes off. Now, the gunfire came from the south of us. And so, of course, when the gunfire went off, everybody turned. Like, yo, like, what's going on? I turned back around. This nigga Big is gone. Big is gone, y'all. I'm talking like I turned my head for 5 seconds. I did the duck turn. You know what I mean? I didn't do like a cool nigga turn. It's like, no, those were gunshots. It was like, I turned back around. Big is gone. I look up and to my left. Big ass, and this is a big dude. I'm watching this big dude haul ass up the street in Charlotte. Like, I don't even know how Big made it like a clear like 1,000 feet away from me in like 1.5 seconds, but that nigga like flew like Superman. Like, and before I knew it, a white van came out and Big hopped in the van and they closed the doors. And that's the last time I saw Big. And the only time I really saw Big actually, but I was literally one person and a few gunshots by a fool away from meeting Big. But it even reminds me that they had shit set up a certain way even back then, because, oh, they had the van set up around the corner. It's like even where they had, I realized later on when I was older, that even where they had L and Big situated, I think their camps had them situated so they could get out on the block and peel out if they needed to. Because in 1.5 seconds, gone. In the van, good night. And that is the first story of Coops Too Black for BET. I do not know what happened to that Big L autograph. I am super pissed. And who would have thought that, you know, both of them would meet untimely demises as well. But shout out to the legends, Big L, Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls is fast when the pressure is on, y'all. He's great at all things, apparently. Y'all take care. Click like and subscribe to the page. I got more great, fascinating, intricate, and interesting stories coming soon.